Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to another Race of Champions video. This is of course the quarterfinals. This is the battle of the round between Rafael or Rafa and Zenith. So Romania versus Great Britain. In this case, Haas versus Mercedes in Mexico. At the moment the lead is with the Haas, and that is Zenith. It's all on Rafa now to get past, try and force a 1-0 lead for himself, otherwise be faced with a 1-0 deficit, and of course sudden death going to the next race. That was a little mistake there from Zenith. Is that the opportunity that the Mercedes needed? Yes, he's straight through, pouncing on that in fact. But look at the gap between them, basically nothing. Jousting in fact, and around the outside, will that work? No, but the Mercedes has gone deep, and that allows Zenith to go around the outside into the stadium. The crowd will be delighted to see that sort of action through there. Not usual you see passes made on that part of the track, but 2 moves made already for the lead in just 1 lap of racing. So the prospect in front of us, absolutely mouth-watering. Down the front straight there's some slipstream available, chooses to grab some fresh air for himself as he goes past, in fact, into the lead does Rafa, but Zenith outbrakes him, and around the outside he sweeps at turn 1 to maintain that all-important first position. No DRS available here yet for the Romanian driver, but he will take some slipstream. Doesn't look like he's close enough into this second complex of corners. Very difficult to make a move here as well unless you have far superior traction. Not the case in this scenario. He's going to follow Zenith through this second sector once again. Last lap Zenith had a bit of a wobble through here, so will he do the same? Looks a bit tired here, but I think it looks like Rafa's had a better run. Yeah, you can see the gap diminishing, and to the outside he looks, in fact he's got his nose in front at this stage. Can he go around the outside? Beautiful manoeuvre, and back into the lead for Rafa. So now can Zenith get back past? What a ding-dong battle we've seen so far. Not an opportunity to get back past at this portion of the track, so we'll have to wait until the last lap. You can see they're about to come across the line now. To take that final lap. Onto it they go. There's a bit of a gap developing here actually, so Zenith might be in trouble, although the slipstream is now in his favour, and it looks like he's running a little bit less downforce honestly. Much easier for him to come up behind the Mercedes than it was for the Mercedes last lap, and around the outside at turn 1, great move, takes the lead back. Now the pressure back on Rafa to make the move. Still no DRS of course, because the detection point not actually on the final lap, and of course that means it was on the second lap, so no activation at all in this race. That won't affect the race however, but what will is the fact that there's no DRS zones left, no really good passing zones, and Zenith has a bit of a gap here. If he makes no mistakes he should keep this. A little bit tentative through there though actually, and the gap is slightly coming down. Both guys going to the extremes of the track trying to find the best part for the grip. The gap is closer now, but unless there's a dive bomb here, it looks like this one is going to the Haas of Zenith. It's close, I'll give Rafa that, but there's nowhere to overtake through here, and the first of 3 rounds goes to Zenith, although across the line was a bit closer than he may have bargained for. We move on now to Barcelona, and the pressure all on the McLaren now of Rafa. He needs to win this race, otherwise he's out of the tournament in the final 8. He's got his nose down the inside here at turn 4. Oh, bit of lag maybe? I'm not sure, could have been contact as well. Rosso fighting to maintain the lead, and what would be a 2-0 victory in a path to the semi-finals for the British driver. That was also very close. Got to be careful not to make too much contact as you might spin out. Bit of grass there as well will not help the grip through this next sweeper, although it doesn't look too bad at this stage. The gap not really growing, all still to play for through here. No overtaking opportunities up this portion of the track. Just going to make sure you stay close for that long run down to turn 1. Bit of sideways for both guys actually, not ideal. See what lines I take through the chicane. Slightly different, looked a bit better from Zenith actually as the lead car. around the final corner. 2 laps to go in Rafa's tournament if he can't get past. Down the front straight, difficult to tell the downforce levels and if the gap's closing with that camera angle. If anything, it may have grown actually. So can Rafa come back? Difficult to say at this point. Zenith looks really on it. Certainly not as exciting as their Mexican battle at this stage, but you never know. That gap is now closing. Rafa, with that breath of fresh air, can he get back past? Defensive line from the Toro Rosso, exactly what he needs to do. But there will be DRS available on the last lap. He's got to be careful of that. A bit sideways through that little fast chicane. And McLaren all over the back. Oh, much better line from Rafa there. Zenith with a bit of lag. Rafa looks to the outside. Zenith defending very heavily, in fact. Maybe a switchback might be on here. Not quite. Covered very well, in fact, but look at the distance between them. Absolutely nothing. Rafa with his nose on the inside could not quite get it to the point he needed to. This time he's much closer. 1 lap left after this corner. He's going to be very close coming onto the straight. Oh no, he's caught up on the gravel. That could be it. The gap now increases in Zenith's favour. Could that be a telling mistake? Pressure super high, the pace really high as well in this race. 2 fantastic drivers battling for a position in the final 4 on board here with Zenith. He's not looking backwards, he's just trying to make his own way through this final lap. If he stays at that gap, it won't be too dangerous for him. But if the gap comes any closer, after that sweeper going in towards the last sector, there will be DRS available for the McLaren. Gap doesn't seem to be closing though. Rafa running out of opportunities here. Ooh, was that a bit sideways? Couldn't really tell. The gap didn't close though. And I think that's going to be all she wrote for Rafa's... Oh no! Zenith makes a little mistake there. Could that give Rafa an opportunity? The dust still flying in the background. Bit of a lock-up though. I thought that might make the gap a little closer than it actually was. Looks like Rafa's had his own issues and Zenith might be safe here as they enter the final sector of the race. And indeed, the final sector of the tournament for the Romanian driver. Great effort by him to make it this far. And unfortunately, that's the end for him. Congratulations to Zenith for making it through in this, the battle of the round.